Didn't think these places would be trapped. Caught a spear through the abdomen. Hurts to breathe. Pray for me. Oh God, what is that smell? Be a path underwater. This Maya god is very dark brown, almost black, with black-rimmed eyes and facial features that seem to be melting at their extremities. This can only be Exua. He's the patron god of the cacao bean, which accounts for his coloring. Also, because ancient Mesoamericans used those beans as currency, Exua became by extension a god of merchants and of trade. Interestingly, when he first appeared in the lore, he was a god of conflict. There's something blocking the aqueduct up there. Something blocking the aqueduct up there. Is this supposed to be one of the beheaded gods of the underworld? Looks like there's a raft below the surface. I'll need to free that raft. I'll need to free that raft. The piranhas are feeding on the corpses. I'll need to free that raft. I'll need to free that raft. I'll need to free that raft. Free that raft. I'll need to free that raft. I'll need to get the submerged raft to the surface. I'll need to get the submerged raft to the surface. I'll need to get the submerged raft to the surface. to get the submerged raft to the surface. I'll need to get the submerged raft to the surface. I'll need to get the submerged raft to the surface. I can use the spigot to change the water's level. I don't have enough space. I can use the spigot to change the water's level. I'll need to turn the spigot to fill... I am Chirilo Serrano, and these are likely the last words I write. Andreas Lopez, or Angel de la Cruz as he has called himself these last years, has finally and fully gone insane. His demands have grown, becoming more grueling and grotesque as we labor to build his crypt. The construction is almost complete. I know I will die when it is done, Lopez, in a brief moment of clarity, told me himself. Damn that box. Damn what it has done to the man I once, and sadly still, admire. Bucket and lower the water level. I'll need to turn the spigot to fill the bucket and lower the water level. When storms crash and rivers swell, direct the waters to quench the thirst of the gods who toil above and below. I'll need to turn the spigot to fill the bucket and lower the water level. I'll need to turn the spigot to fill the bucket and lower the water level. I'll need to turn the spigot to fill the bucket and lower the water level. I'll need to turn the spigot to fill the bucket and lower the water level. Spigot to fill the bucket and lower the water level. I'll need to turn the spigot to fill the bucket and lower the water level. Lux, plural Alashab, is akin to the Maya version of a gnome or leprechaun. They're about as high as an adult's knee and wear traditional Maya clothing. They are created whenever a farmer builds a little house on his property for them, after which they'll help the corn grow for a period of 7 years, making it rain and chasing off predators. They're usually invisible, and in spite of their benefit to the land, they like to play tricks on or frighten humans. Don't call one by name, or you'll summon it from its home, and it won't be happy with you. Impossible. I can't carry anymore. Now to get out of this horrid smelling place. This seems to be some kind of primitive sculpture of a human. I should be close now. I hope you've shined up those dancing shoes, Manu. I found the ruin. It was Maya, an ancient aqueduct. It was wonderful, just as you'd imagined.
Sabía que lo haría. Ahora, cuénteme todo.
The ruins had flooded because of the earthquake. I swam through tunnels teeming with peril.
Maldito pez peligroso. Adelante.
I found a vast cavern and a stone tower with massive heads carved into its sides.
Los señores de Xibalbá, ¿verdad? Increíble. ¿Qué más?
It must have been an aqueduct of some kind. And you'll never believe this. Most of the machinery is still functional. Water wheels 3 men high turned as smoothly as the day they were built. It was amazing to see, Manu. To be so close to all that history where no one has set foot in hundreds of years.
Puedo verlo. Puedo olerlo, sentirlo, saborearlo. Hizo llorar de felicidad a este anciano. No tengo palabras para agradecerle. Quiero que tenga algo.
Manu, I couldn't.
Insisto, por favor. Es la primera reliquia que encontré. Es hermosa y compleja. Un cráneo decorado. Quiero que la tenga alguien que explora con la misma pasión que lo hacía yo en mi juventud. Nunca deje morir su curiosidad ni su capacidad de maravillarse.
I won't. Thank you, Manu. An adhesive made of tree sap and powdered bone hold the jade and other gems in place within the wearer's teeth. A crude drill, perhaps made of obsidian, would have been used to delicately carve out the notches required to hold the jewelry in place. How is everything?
Seguro puedo ayudarla. Seguro estará satisfecha. Buen trato. Seguro estará satisfecha. Es un buen trato para ambas. Seguro estará satisfecha. Buen trato. Seguro estará satisfecha. Un placer hacer negocios con usted, señorita.
Hi, hello.
Mire lo que tengo.
Impossible. I can't carry anymore.
Regrese pronto, señorita.
Estoy bien.
Hello?
Lara, muchísimas gracias por encontrar a Isabela.
Oh, it was my pleasure. She was right. There was a hidden crypt there.
Sí, tenía razón. Y Manu también. Cuando se sienta mejor iremos a excavar las ruinas. Juntos.
Isabella, are you feeling better?
No me dijo que era Lara Croft. Me gustó conocerte y de nuevo gracias por ayudarme. Iremos entendiendo este lugar y lo que significan los rostros de piedra. Y Manu tenía razón con la cripta. ¿Qué más cosas habrá? Ansío averiguarlo.
This describes something nearby. I swim with a turtle, seen only by those who let fear fall away.
Alguien dijo una vez que si realmente quieres apreciar una ciudad, debes visitar los cementerios. No sé por qué, todos son idénticos. Quizá hay unos un poco más ordenados, con filas mejor dispuestas, y hay otros como este, que se ve más natural y sin planificar.
Ojalá supiera para qué intentó Isabela subir por la cruz.
Feels like a mausoleum.
Means we're on the right track, right? Jonah, I feel something. We're getting close. Let's look around for signs of Lopez. The door closed and a silence settled. So great and so vast, I held my breath for fear of breaking it. Lopez turned to me, his eyes wild, a smile screwed across his face. He came toward me, arms outstretched, and for a moment, fear flickered across my heart. But he pulled me close, his fingers digging into my shoulders. I found it, he whispered in my ear. And releasing me, he wandered through this room. Walls of pure jade reaching up to the heavens, completely covered in intricate etched mosaics and carved figures. I followed at a distance as he approached an altar, and watched as he lifted a silver box from it. The others are worried that Brothers de la Cruz and Serrano will not return. I have so far maintained they will, that they always have. But in my heart, I am beginning to believe we have seen the last of them, and that grief weighs heavily. We will continue their work. Either they will return to find we have not forgotten the teachings, or they will look down on us from above and bless our continued labors. This cross, it looks like it's from the 17th century. And under his wings you may seek refuge. Under his wings. All full up. Can't carry any more. A heron and an eclipse. 25th of December, 1603. It has been 4 days since we turned away from the city. We traveled in silence and in circles, guided by a confusion of grief, relief, and celebration. Lopez and I exited the jungle and landed in a clearing, under the gaze of several faces carved into the side of the mountain. Lopez had an episode, as he later called it. He threw himself in front of the faces and screamed for forgiveness. The heaviest sin on his heart was abandoning Perez to the strange warriors. They had grown close over the journey. Try as I might, I could not console him, so I built a fire and waited, as he decreed his actions and pleaded for forgiveness from the silent stone faces. December 1603. Lopez woke me, having already prepared a Spartan breakfast. "This is where we were meant to be," he said, a cold determination in his voice, so very different from how he acted just the day before. I finished my meal as he spoke of holy retribution, how he had acted in error, but now God had put his hands on his shoulders and shown him the path to walk. "We will spread the true word of God from this small mission," he said, pointing to an adobe building just beyond the stone faces. "We will prepare the path for the chosen one to follow, for only he who does will be worthy of this box." John, son of Zebedee, one of Jesus' apostles, also called the beloved disciple. He and his brother James were known for their impetuousness and temper, which prompted Christ to start calling them Boanerges, sons of thunder. John is credited with writing 5 books of the New Testament, the Gospel of John, the 3 epistles of John, and the Book of Revelation. He's the patron saint of love and loyalty, as well as writers, publishers, and scholars. One of his symbols is a serpent in a cup, which is linked to his patronage of victims of poisoning and burns. The sun will be darkened, and the moon will not give its light. Jonah, those 2 Bible quotes. The sun will be darkened, and under his wings you may seek refuge. That's it. Look for a heron and an eclipse. Brother de la Cruz appeared one day, emerging from the jungle, breathing new life into the mission. There were just the 3 of us when he arrived, insisted Dorothea had been ill for many weeks. He and his associate began to work that first day. By the next week, De la Cruz had recruited a workforce of 36. They prepared the bell tower and worked the fields, planting crops. Brother De la Cruz aims to make us self-sufficient. We'd spent so long alone out here, I'd worried we'd lose God's ear. Lo and behold, we not only had his ear, but he sent another to act as his hands as well. Stone faces weep as Jesus creeps along the dolorous path. Too many died. More will still, and more will still, and more will still. His light leads the way. This roughly drawn sketch shows St. John repelling a demon attack. Perhaps they plan to have this as one of the frescoes in the mission.
Tardaremos eternidades. ¿Cuántos años?
Un paso a la vez. Un día a la vez.
Como si tuviéramos elección.
There's a whole mural under here. Veracruz, the true cross.
Is that what I think it is?
The silver box. It's unmistakable.
Jesus takes up the cross. These are the stations of the cross. But there's a bunch missing.
Before 1600, there were only 7. This could date back to the time of Lopez.
This is one of his clues.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing he does.
All right. Let's see if we can find a cross lying around here somewhere. When we find the box, how do we get the key back from the big guys?
We'll find a way.
Found something?
Yeah. Jesus takes up the cross. Help me lift this. Station 2. Jesus falls the first time.
That did it. I wouldn't want to be buried in here. My head tossed behind a cross somewhere.
Walk while you have the light, so that the darkness may not overtake you.
Sounds like a hint.
Or a threat.
This looks like the Virgin Mary.
Station 3. Jesus meets his mother.